Okay, so now we're going to practice finding the volume of some pyramids. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do whenever we're looking for the volume is we have to identify the shape correctly. Okay, what kind of pyramid is it? Is it a square pyramid, a rectangular pyramid, a triangular pyramid? And then we're going to circle the name of the kind of pyramid it is. We're going to write what kind of base it is, and we're going to write the formula for the area of the base. Okay, before we can find the volume, we have to find the area of the base. Then we're going to find the volume of the pyramid. Okay, so we're going to do all these things that are listed right here. Circle the correct pyramid, write the shape of the base, rectangular, triangle, write the formula for the area of the base, and then write the formula for the volume of the pyramid. Okay, so what kind of pyramid is number 1? When I look, I'm looking at the shape of the base. Okay, so I look here, and it really is a good idea to shade the base. It just is. Makes it easier. So I shade that. Now we can see obviously that is a rectangle. Okay, so that means that this shape is a rectangular pyramid. Okay, so the shape of our base is a rectangle. And we know the formula for the area of a rectangle is base times height, or length times width. Okay, so now just look at the rectangle. So you're just looking here at the rectangle. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this. Just at the rectangle. Okay, so it's 6 by 6, which makes it a square, but it's the same formula. So 6 times 6 is 36 square feet. Okay, so that's the area of the base. Now we look on our formula chart. We remind ourselves that this is a rectangular pyramid, right? It's not a prism. So right here is volume. We have pyramid. We come over here and we write that formula. So V equals 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Okay, so V equals 1/3 the area of the base we already figured out was 36. And now we need to look to see find the height of the pyramid. Okay, so we come over here and we look at our picture, and there's 2 dimensions that we haven't used yet. We have 6.5 here, and then we have 4. Now 6.5 is going along the side, and it's diagonal. And then 4 is straight up and down. It's dotted. This is solid, even though it doesn't always mean dotted does. Anyway. And it's straight. It's going from the tip all the way to the bottom of the pyramid. And then look right there. See that? What is that? That's right. It's a right angle. So that right angle tells us that that has to be the height. So that hasn't changed. Okay, your height has to be perpendicular. So this cannot, has to form a right angle. Perpendicular, remember, to find right angle. This cannot be the height. It's a diagonal. There's no right angles that are formed. So our height goes from the tip of the pyramid straight down to the base. Okay, and so our height is 4. Okay, so we've got to take 1/3 times 36 times 4. Just like when we did half, we can take 1/3. I want to see if I can take 1/3 of 36 or 1/3 of 4 to make my math easier. So can 36 be divided by 3? Because that's what taking 1/3 means. We're dividing by 3. Can we say 36 divided by 3 and get a number that's real easy? Can we take 4 and divide it by 3 and get a number that's real easy? That's right, 36. 36 divided by 3 is 12. So we're going to say 12 times 4 is 48 cubic feet. Now over here, I want you to write this. Let's kind of underline this, right? I'm going to draw a line. This is 1/3 of 36. So that's 36 divided by 3 is 12. Okay, that way you can know where that came from. Right? Okay, that way you can kind of know where that came from, because you might forget later when you go back and look at your notes. All right? Okay, so Number 2, excuse me. Number 2 also is a rectangular pyramid. So look at that, pause the video, look at it, see if you can figure out what to do. Okay, be sure you shade, all that stuff that we talked about. All right, so go ahead and pause the video, see if you can figure it out yourself. All right, so you should have figured this out, hopefully. All right, so hopefully you figured out that the base was a rectangle. And we know the formula for the area of the rectangle is base times height. And so it's 9 times 10, which is 90 centimeters squared. Then we write our formula for pyramid. It's 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So our volume is 1/3 of 90. It's the area of our base times the height of our pyramid. So from the tip to the base is here. So is that going to be 10.2 or is that going to be 11? That's right, it's going to be 11 because you see that this little arrow right here, right? That's pointing to the line that's in the middle. So our height is 11. Okay? So I'm going to say, okay, can I take 1/3 of 90 real easily? Or 1/3 of 11 real easily? So 1/3 of 90 would be, can I do 90 divided by 3? 90 divided by 3 would be 30. Okay? So volume is 30 times 11. Do not know what 30 times 11 is, so it's 330 cubic centimeters. Okay, hopefully you got that right. If not, that's okay. We've got more to practice. More to practice. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our next one. Okay, number 3. So we want to shade the base. And look right there. So what is the shape of that piece right there? That's right, it's a triangle. So this is a triangular pyramid. So the shape of our base is a triangle. Our formula for, almost right to be. Our formula for a triangle is area equals. If we don't remember, you can always look. Area of the triangle is 1/2 base times height. The length of the base times the length of the height. Remember, your base and height always have to form a right angle. So when I look at just the triangle, there's just 2 dimensions on it. Anyway, this one over here doesn't have a length, okay? So it's going to be 4 and 6. So 1/2 of 4 times 6. So we're going to say 1/2 of 4. So 1/2 of 4 is 2, and 2 times 6 is 12. So the area of our base is 12 square centimeters. I could have put a B here too, right? Because that would represent the area of our base, right? Okay, those are equivalent. The area of our base. So we know the area of our base is 12. So we're going to go look for the height of our pyramid. Remember, this is the height of the pyramid, not the height of the triangle. The height of the pyramid. So remember, that's going to go from the tippy top down to the base. So when you look, is that going to be the 9? Or is that going to be the 9.3? Remember, it has to form a right angle. That 9.3 is not forming any kind of right angle. You see how it's slanted? Okay, but this line right here is straight up and down, and there's our right angle right there. Okay, so and there's our arrow, so our height is 9. Okay, so now I want to multiply 1/3 times 12 times 9. So I think, okay, can I take 1/3 of 12 real easy? 1/3 of 9 real easy? Is one of those real easy to take 1/3 of? Either one, right? I'm going to go ahead and do the 12. So 1/3 of 12. So that's going to be 12 divided by 3. We should probably write 1/3 of 12. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. That's just so you can remember where that came from, right? So 4 times 9 is 36 meters cubed. Just a note, sometimes kids get confused and they think like, because this, you can do 1/3 of 12 and 1/3 of 9 real easy. Like I could have said 1/3 of 9 is 3 and 12 times 3 is 36. But you only do one. Some kids want to do both. They want to say 1/3 of 12 is 4 and 1/3 of 9 is 3. But you can't do both, because once you've taken 1/3 of 12, that goes away and it is now 4. Okay? So make sure you don't get that part confused. All right. Now, see if you can pause the video and see if you can figure out this one. This is also a triangular pyramid. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video. All right, so hopefully you were able to work on that and get that. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to shade my base. Okay, that proves to me that this is a triangular pyramid, because that shape right there is a triangle. Okay, so the area of my base is 1/2 the length of the base times the length of the height. So I'm looking for my right angle. Now, when I look back here, I think that's a right angle. But then when I look here, I see for sure, well, I don't even know what this length and this length is, so I wouldn't be able to use those. But when I see that one right there, I know that that's going to be the height of the base. Not the height of the pyramid, the height of the triangle at the bottom. So it's 3, and then the base of the triangle will be 6. So 1/2, 6 times 3. We do 1/2 of 6. 1/2 of 6 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9 meters squared. Volume equals 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So volume equals 1/3. The area of our base is 9. And then our height, okay, so remember, this is the height of the pyramid. So I'm looking from the tip to the bottom, and I see a little arrow right there, and it's 5. This 5.3, slanted, can't be that. So times 5. Can I take 1/3 of 9 or 1/3 of 5? Can I divide 9 by 3 or 5 by 3? Yep, I can do 9. So 1/3 of 9. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. So my volume is going to be 3 times 5, which is 15 meters cubed. Okay, so I'm going to do the back. Also, I'm also going to do a video for the back, but I'm going to do it in a separate video. Okay, but go ahead and start trying the back of this paper, and then watch the video when you're through.